Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode from TCG353. I'm Jamie. Today we are playing RP Kid with some new OP16 cards to make the deck even more aggressive and defensive. The defense comes from the OP16 Luffy, the aggression comes from the OP16 Whitebeard that you can both see in our hand, just like a paid actor right there. If you like this video, please do leave a like. If you want to subscribe, I would encourage it because it makes me feel good. And without further ado, let's talk about this Buggy matchup here now, game 1. Our opponent has a lovely start playing out the Von Clay. We have a good start because we searched into the forecast, which is very strong for us. However, we won't play long curve because we do not have a very strong 6-down play. And so rather than doing that, we will play out the Kamazo so we can swing 6 into our opponent, or 7 rather, and get a life off that way. If we used the Luffy, we couldn't have swung into our opponent, and we'd like to just start swinging into them as early as possible. So here, rather than using the 5-cost Kid blocker, we will use the Luffy. We'll swing 9 into their 7 into their leader, use leader ability, and swing 9, gain that rested down back. Kamazo is really useful in this deck. So seeing it early on, you see that I'm running Von Clay here, and Von Clay is just secondary ramp if I do need it, but I'd rather just use the Kamazo because Kamazo will allow us to stay down neutral throughout the turns, whereas Von Clay can be useful in situations, maybe even this situation, because we would have been able to play the 7-down Kid out. But the board state that we have right now is really strong because we have those 7-cost Kids in hand to use as fodder for the Luffy ability. Becoming a 7K's Kid is really useful because they can't actually swing into you all that much. You saw on that turn there we were able to use 7K, the Luffy ability to deny our opponent swinging into us totally. They did make a slight blunder, so they swung with Von Clay first. Them swinging with Von Clay first means their when attacking was for 6K because I was a 5K leader then. But when we became 7K, it doesn't change because it's when attacking. Just something for you guys to know. Our opponent corrected that error this turn because they played out they used Dazbones first to swing, which is 6K, and now when they swing with the Von Clay, which I believe they will, it'll be an 8K swing or a 9K swing or a 10K swing depending on how many down it's on. So that's a 9K swing there, and we are going to take it. Absolutely. And here we have a very strong hand for a very aggressive turn. So check out how this is going to work. If we go nuts this turn, then that's cool. I'm not exactly sure how we sort this out here. So our opponent uses the Croc effect to block early just to play out a prisoner. And here they take the 8K swing that we have. And look what we're able to do. We have 2 Punk Rottens in hand. So we're going to make our leader 10K. We're going to swing 15. We nearly made a massive blunder there by using the Kid early before we swung. We'll swing 19 now. And we'll see our opponent takes. We do have 5 down standing. So we'll see what we use then. Buggy had, I don't know how many cards, it looked like 14 cards in hand, and it's a deck that runs 16 2Ks, so they were pretty confident that they could survive this, and they did actually have 15K counter in hand to get out of that, but they don't have enough to take that 21K. So our opponent recognizes that we just, we kind of hit it, and that's what we're saying there. When it hits, it hits. It does a little back and forth in the chat here because yeah, it's fun to talk in these things. Usually your opponent is muted, so it's hard to actually communicate. But yeah, our opponent was a cool guy. We played them in the turn before and made one of those blunder that we nearly made there by playing out Kid without swinging. So we didn't include that. We did include this game with Shanks. So let's run into the second game here now. We have a nice enough hand, so we're going to keep. We are going second, I do believe. So the Von Clay in hand is useful, and we also have the Searcher. So we're going to search out something for our later curve, and we choose the Kamazo. In my opinion, the Kamazo is better than the Von Clay, so maybe when you're building out this deck, you can consider using different cards than Von Clay. I just haven't chose something yet because I don't really know what's valuable in that sense. Maybe more AKs with possible 2k counter, if that's a thing. We get lucky with a Punk Rotten from life, so we're going to take that ramp effect. And now we are on 5 Don, I believe. With that Bond Clay, we can get to 6 Don, which is really strong because next turn now we can use the Whitebeard effect. Here we just swing 5. The reason for that is if we ramp, we don't get anything back since we don't have a Camazo or a killer or a kid on the pitch or on the board. Our opponent is using Kobe for the removal, I guess, and for the draw power that it gives. We're just going to swing with Bond Clay because the Kobe's going to KO it next turn anyway, so there's no point in not getting value off that way. We don't have 2 AKs in hand, so there's nothing we can do to remove, but we do have the effect on it, so we get plus 2000 power and double attack, and with our leader ability we get to go plus 2000 as well. So that was 9000 power double attack, and our opponent does take. Here our opponent becomes a 7k leader and is now thinking of swinging 8 into us, which we are forced to take. No, we had 2 2ks, but we chose to take that. We have 2 life now. Playing Luffy down is the obvious choice in my opinion, because what we want to do is use that 7 cost for fodder. That is something that's really useful about this Luffy card actually, is that you can, like, your bricks are mostly, in this deck, your bricks are mostly 8000 power, so you actually give your bricks value in your hand. So it pairs really, really well. Our opponent took a 10k swing. We'll see if they take a 16k swing. They do. We're after hitting 2 double attacks back to back, so that is a really good feeling. Pretty nice situation to be set up here because our leader is going to become 7k very soon, so the Kobe and the Shanks can't exactly poke into us. Also, I do believe that they're only on 9 Don, so they can't do any shenanigans like Ben Beckman in 212 cost. Here we actually do have counter to protect that, and we're just looking at to see if we can protect it again if they swing, and we can. So we give them 2, 4 and a 1, we still have a 2k in hand. If they attach 4 Don to Kobe or 4 Don to their leader, then that's just 9k swing into it, and we'll take that. Here we trash the AK in hand, so we're 7k leader, so our opponent can either choose to swing into the new gate, will protect, or swing into our life, which we will take. If they have 4 Don up, I'm thinking that they're going to want to play a blocker down, and that's what they do. And here we are 100% going to go for game. We're just thinking on how we want to do it. We're going to swing 9, and then we could probably go 11 and something bigger. Also, those 2 2ks in hand have rush if our leader is 7k power, and our leader is 7k power at the moment. So we do have a rush card in hand. If it comes down to it, we need to use that ability. Very good sign for us there that our opponent has to give us leader ability and a lot of 1ks to get out of that swing. So we're going to swing 12 here, and our opponent gives in. I was going to be, so it was, I think the sequence was 8, 12 and 13. 8, 12 and 13, or 9, 12 and 13, which was plenty enough because our opponent's hand was very bricked up. Here, I hope you don't get whiplash watching this video, because I did speed it up to maybe like 3.5 times speed, something like that, because our opponent does take a long time to make decisions. And to be honest, even speeding it down to 3.5 speed, I wish I did 4.5 because I do remember this game, and it was long and unnecessarily so, which is, it happens, especially a deck like Black Teach, where you do have a lot of decisions to make, and we do force our opponent into a lot of awkward decisions, whether they want to counter or not, sort of decisions. Here it is turn 3. So far we've searched and we've played out the 4-cost Luffy. We have 2 AKs in hand, so we have the Luffy ability ready to go. Our opponent has played out a Shiryu and KO'd our Camazo, and with this Burgess out now, it is 6k power, so they have more than 4 cards in their trash. They're going to swing 5 at us, and we'll take that, and they'll swing 6 at us, and we'll just give them 2k for that. We'll keep the 7ks in hand for the time being. We don't mind taking that 1 hit because we want our leader ability to kind of shake off, and what I'm saying there is that our leader ability says If we have, I think, 3 or more life, or 4 more life, we only swing for 4k. So we'll take an extra hit just so we can swing 7 next turn with the leader ability. We're kind of fortunate to be coming up against Black Teach, and I was happy to see this matchup come up in the queue because we don't run that many on plays. You can see the Luffy is when active, so that's fine. The kid there, yeah, it does ramp when you play it out, but the ramp, in my opinion, doesn't really do much unless you want to play with a Searcher, and we can't play Searchers out with this deck. So that's alright. Considering here whether we want to trash to become a 7k leader, and we do. Now our opponent has a choice whether they want to go like 7 and 7, or maybe they just want to go big with one character. They did make a misplay there, swinging 6 into the Luffy. The Luffy ability was online, but we would have countered that for sure. So that's all the one. Played out a Searcher there, forgetting that we got Black Hole, so bit of a blunder. And we're going to swing 9 into their Shiryu. And this here is when it starts getting long for this gameplay, because our opponent really does consider whether they want to counter out certain swings and not others. So here they really consider whether they want to counter out of this, because I do believe they have the Black Vortex in hand and they use that. And here we are just going to swing 10k into that Burgess, and they let it go. So they let it go rather than giving us a blocker, because this blocker can turn into a double attack or a banish next turn, as you can see there. Now they're using Shiryu, which is a blocker on KO. It KOs a character, which is fine because the Luffy ability can actually get off before it gets KO'd. So we'll still be able to become a 7k leader if they do choose to block and use the Luffy there, or KO the Luffy there. Our opponent is going all in with either a double attack or a banish. They choose double attack, we'll just take both of them, that's fine. We do have counter in hand, and we have a lot of kids, which is great because we have the 7 cost on the board as well to allow us to play out a kid for free. Here we're just kind of considering whether we want the game to last a little bit longer, or how our opponent wants to counter this. We swing with the Luffy first because our opponent is kind of incentivized to take the block rather than giving us counter there. And we'll play out 2 blockers to survive. We played out 2 there because our opponent can nullify 1. But I mean, if they nullified 1 anyway, we'd just be able to counter out. But it is just smart play. And we'll swing into the double attack banish blocker card. So here we are in a much better spot than our opponent. We can protect our 7 cost kid quite easily, and we can protect our life quite easily as well. Our opponent plays out 2 strong cards, and we'll just take a free block there. And now we'll rest the Burgess and start going nuts with our swings. We'll go 11 into Burgess first. I presume they're going to give us... No, they don't give us a blocker. We play out the kid to go and search out another Punk Rotten. And since they used the blocker to play out Burgess, we're just going to use the 7 cost event, or 7 cost kid, to restand their leader so we can swing into that. So our opponent's board is totally clear now. They have 2 life. We have 0 life, but we have 2 blockers up. So we're quite happy with that. And also we have the ability to swing. We have the ability to swing twice with our leader next turn with a Punk Rotten in hand. So that's going to be 2 huge swings, possibly being able to take this Burgess off the board. We don't have that many characters on board that are swingable, in all fairness, so we might be mixing up our swings in a way to get lethal this turn. Our options are, we can use the Punk Rotten for the 1 cost searcher. We can poke with this kid if we want at the start to just see if it's a 1k that they have in hand. If they take, then I presume it's not. Would be my logic here. At the end of this turn as well, we'll probably want 2 blockers to stand. We'll swing 5 with Usopp, and they have to take that. They have no cards in hand. And here we are going to give the plus 5,000 to the kid, which is a better idea actually, because if they don't have enough counter here, like we can go 7k with leader here, and if they don't have enough counter, they'll have to give us the free block. Then we can restand and go 9k. All while doing that, we still have the ability to survive next turn, because they could maybe nullify Okay. Yeah, I would have just said go for lethal there. I don't know why I didn't. I guess we can confidently win next turn, so we were incentivized to do that. And also, since like our opponent has taken maybe 15 minutes, I think I really wanted this win, you know. Otherwise it would have been a wasted my time and life and energy and all that, you know. But they had a Kuzan there, so I presume what happened is they only had 1k counter, so they were able to protect their teach. They leave 2 down up, probably considering whether they want to swing with the teach or not. They don't, which is fine. And here we're just going to pepper them with a 7. They have to block this, or else they actually have that black vortex event and they can use it there. Yep. So here we're just saying 6. They have to block this, and then we can swing 5 in this game. So good game to our opponent. I don't even think they decided to lose there. I think they got timed out. I'm glad we won that, because really that was long. That felt really long. And I didn't even take, and I took kind of slow as well, so it's not all on them. Now this game, this is against Red Ace from OP16. I debated on whether keeping this game in, because you'll find out at the end. So, you know, I'll talk about it a little bit more, and yeah, and I'll say no more. Our opponent uses a cool card, that's Sanji 3 cost. I think it's a great card in this deck. Actually, it allows it to be aggressive early and also to draw a card early on in the game. And I think that is a problem with Red Ace, is that you don't draw all that much. So here we are going to swing 6 into it. They're incentivized to take, and then we swing mistakenly. So we swing with the Bonkley, thinking that it's going to become 8,000 power, since that's the power of the card. But because the card is minus 4,000 before like 10,000 power body is on the board, we don't actually get that effect. So a bit of a misplay there, but I've never seen that interaction. So, you know, you learn as you play, sort of thing. We're in a very nice spot on our board at the moment, though, because we do have both kids online, so we can consistently become a 6k leader and swing big swings. So we're going to swing 8 there. The reason we swung 8 is because 8 not 10 is because we actually do want to protect, or we do want a bit of Don in case we go for like a big lethal play next turn or something like that. We're going to swing 6 into our 6. We will let that go. Swing 6 into our 6. We'll give them counter for that. 8 into the 6. We will let that go. And now their double attack isn't that scary. So we will take that as well. And we took that because we needed to protect out for here. We'll give them 3 2Ks. Okay, so here, this is like, we do have to go for lethal. Because we definitely can't survive with the way the board state looks. So doing out math here, like our opponent has 6 cards in hand, can become a 7k leader because they have Luffy. So they'll have 5 cards in hand, 7,000 power leader. I know they run a lot of bricks, so you can imagine that they maybe have like 3 to 5 counter, and we swing 10, so we're hoping that they only have 3 and they take that first swing. And now here what we do is we make our leader 5,000 power and blunder massively. And I have a little visual here because like I really did cope hard after this loss. Basically what happened, okay, this is Jamie post edit. I realized that I coped too hard here, and I forgot that our opponent has 2 life. So the 13k swing and the 15k swing would have went through, but our opponent still would have had 0 life. I'll include this video just because the final combo was kind of cool, but don't listen to anything I said. It was just a really big mistake. You know, Icarus flew too close to the sun. I coped too hard on YouTube. So let's go into the next game there. Here we are up against Magellan, a really cool deck in the format. And if I remember right, our opponent has some interesting cards that they use in this deck. I think people are still solving it. I know the Kaido and Lin and the Magellan combo is pretty much what people are going towards because it's so cool. This opponent that we have kind of chooses a different lane to go. I won't say too much more because it is a cool build. They, on their first turn, play the Bonclay, they draw a card. We play out the Kamazo and swing 7, presuming our opponent will take that. And here we are on 6 on next turn, so there isn't much for us to do in all fairness, like not many crazy cool plays, except for this, the Kamazo. So the Kamazo is actually really good in this matchup, and sort of in the meta. Like, I unfortunately couldn't find a green-blue Luffy game for the life of me while I was looking on the the queue. I really couldn't. I just felt like it was all Black Yamato. But this Kamazo, I think, could have a lot of power in that matchup, because you can KO a 2-cost every turn just from minusing. So if you had 2 Kamazos, you could clear 2 2-cost characters every single turn. That's Dazbones, that's sometimes a 2k Jinbei, that is that Arrested Don card, that is Bonclay, that is the Searcher Luffy, which denies so much of their ability to flood the board. Here they used the 4-cost Croc and the 2-cost. To bounce a 2-cost back down and play it back out, so they draw a card. And now we're able to actually KO that Bonclay without it ever swinging, which is really cool. Because of that Kamazo, our opponent, did you notice that as well, the last turn that they used the event, that 1 non-event? This here, sorry, they must have just drew into that or something. Give up to one of your opponent's characters and leaders, minus 2,000 power. Yeah, so pretty strong actually, and good against these swarm decks that are coming around, because they're usually just swinging 6 anyway, so you can give 2 2Ks, 2k counters, or 2 minus 2,000 powers. That protects you a lot. Our opponent there has a nice turn where they're able to draw with the Bonclay, play out the Croc, and bounce the Bonclay back down and draw again, so they actually played out both those cards for free, and maybe even a card advantage. Here we have a bunch of Don, and we are considering how we want to swing these first. We'll swing 6 initially, or rather 7, because it's just going to be 7, 8, 9 is how we can swing, because we are lining up to play out the 8-cost Newgate. And we were sort of considering swinging 5 at the start, and the reason for that is because we actually wanted to get them to set one of their blockers sideways, so that we could use the Newgate ability to minus it in power and KO it then with the Searcher Killer. And maybe that was a better line, but it's better to just get cards out of their hand, because we're still going to use that minus 6,000 power ability for sure, and we can just use that on one of their counters here. So they just give us that blocker, and now we can play out the Newgate, or rather we don't go for the Newgate now. I guess the reason for that is because they've already given us a blocker, and we'll swing 9 here. We don't want to ramp down too much, so we don't attach a Don there, or we don't minus a Don, and our opponent takes that hit. Now we'll find out what our opponent wants to do. I can't imagine their hand is too bricked up, because they run Prisoner Impel down as well, and they have a lot of cards in hand. They've been drawing a lot too. Play a Bonclay, draw a card, see what they draw, see what they choose to do. At the moment though, our board state is very, very strong. 1, that Bonclay can't stay on the board because we're going to KO it next turn. 2, we have a killer in hand, and 3, we can become 6k with our kid. So we have a lot of options to be aggressive next turn. They play with the Senior Pink, which is what I thought was cool about this build that they're running, is that they have Senior Pink in there to be able to use that Nor Beam Sword ability. Here we are just going to consider going a bit overkill, but using the Newgate is what we prefer to do. We can select 2 more friendly targets, and I'll be selecting 2 of these guys here to make the blocker obsolete, pretty much. Just waiting for opponent to confirm that, and we give minus 6k to that blocker now, so they can't get any free blocks off. And it's just going to be swinging 5, swinging 5, swinging 8, becoming a 6k leader. See there, they used all their events, so they Nornor beam sorted. That was really cool actually. They Nornor beam sorted. They rested 2 of our characters, and they minus 2,000 power to a lot of our stuff as well. But here we have an AK string for them, and in all fairness, they take the block there, so they must not have had counter for that. And possibly, if they didn't take that block, they would have been in a better situation. But their hand was actually totally bricked up. Yeah, they only had 3k counter in hand. And we swung 8, which was, I guess, the magic number. Hope you enjoyed this video, this commentary. RP Kid is a very fun deck to play. I would not say it's a meta deck to play, but it is definitely fun. As you saw from that Buggy game and the Shanks game, I think those were the best showings of this deck in action. Not from the Ace game, because I made a huge mistake in that game. So, you know, that was fun to watch, and the combos are there, but you do have to have a brain cell to play this deck, and I clearly only have half one. If you like this video, do please leave a like. If you don't like it, then just take that with you to the grave. And if you want to subscribe, I'd really appreciate you doing that. I'm posting every day, and it's good fun, so you've left some suggestions in the comments. Black Yellow Koala, someone was talking about that. You're also talking that Roger is back because the Tenkos is good again, and something else. Well, PY Rosanante, you love that, but I have other decks in priority because I think it's already covered really well on YouTube. And there's another deck as well. Sorry, I'm after forgetting that one, but yeah, they're all in line of sight. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.